Got everything set this time, so we should be ready to just roll straight into this. I'm finally starting to learn a little bit about how to set up everything I need to set up before I actually press go live. So we'll see how it works out. Now I have done a little bit of tuning on my audio settings, trying to make sure I've got that right. If I've got that wrong, please somebody let me know. Like if music is too loud or if my voice is too loud. But if you remember last time we were at Turtle Rock and we were, I think, about halfway done with it. And that is the last dungeon and the last stop we have before the Windfish. So that's where I'm headed next. This should be the last stream of Link's Awakening. And I'm not going to say I'm exactly happy about that. I've got a little bit mixed feelings. I'm going to miss the game, don't get me wrong. Okay, I've already done that. So the chest is up there. So if I have enough bombs, I should be able... Dang it. That works. Dang it. No. Alright, that's one down. Too far away. Way too far. Alright, got him. And where does my... Yep. Alright. And another small key. Pop straight down. And through here we go. One moment. Okay, so we're two... That's... I don't have it up, so it's going to have to be one of the little 2D zones. Let me go back there real quick. I missed something. Okay, because I... Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I've already got that. And there's no quick way for me to get back to where I was. Oh, it looks like I've only got one path here anyway. Where are we here? Okay, I can't get back exactly to where I was. Okay, that's... Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just run straight into him. And... Okay, nothing happens. Hook shot across. Come on. So I finally figured out what that little crystal is for. Come on. Come on. I let him hit me way too many times. Alright, so this is when I actually know exactly how to solve it. I just wasn't sure where in the world this crystal came into play. So it should be right here. Now, it's always kind of weird getting to the end of a Zelda game. Because when you start out, you're really fragile. And usually by the end, you take less damage, you hit, or your sword's been upgraded 2 or 4 times. So a lot of things that made you really nervous at the beginning, you're really careless about at the end. And the magic rod. Again, I know a few things I can do about this, or I can do with this right away, because there's been a few places I've been stopped because I couldn't use it. You can go right there. Not that way. Alright, where am I now? I can't get into there. I can't really get into any of these. Okay. Needed that. Thank you very much. Alright. And this could mess his whole day up. Come on then. There you go. And that should be a key. Alright, so from here, the only locked door I have goes right there. So, oh, don't go in the lava. Should be able to go right here. Nope, not there. I think it's this one was the other. Yep. Okay, that's the wrong way to do that. Maybe try this one more time. I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm supposed to come through this thing from the other end. Give this one more shot. I have a weird feeling I'm going to get to this and realize I was supposed to come through it the other direction. Yeah. Because this does not seem like the way a Nintendo puzzle would usually be designed. I guess it is, though. Just not without that last key, which I can get to. Yeah, I can get to it going that way. That guy has been trying to hit me since the beginning of this dungeon. Can't remember if this warps me back to where I came in the dungeon or the beginning of it. Looks like it's the beginning of it. Yep. Was there anything... I might be able to use that. No, I cannot. Alright, it's one of those two. Be the one on the right. Alright, yeah, I need to go up here. Come on, just hurry up. There we go. I'm seeing less and less how I got over that the first time. Okay, I know it wasn't this way. Jump, dang it. Okay, so it's not that one. And this one goes to the dungeon boss. These two both go outside, so that leaves you. Okay, that was absolutely pointless. Because I have to go back through that little thing. So, as far as these games go, Turtle Rock has always been my favorite dungeon. Not because I'm good at it. And that's this one and Link to the Past both. I absolutely love Turtle Rock. I'm also absolutely terrible at remembering how these dungeons go. Not high enough up. Oh, no, 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 no. Not like this. Not like this. Nice, Link. Come on. I'm just gonna let him keep coming around this way. And see, I don't know if in the original it was that you couldn't jump over him, or I just didn't know how to. And I will say that puzzle was a lot easier with a D-pad. Got that. And that was the staircase. Yep. So we'll go that route. And warp to entrance. Now once we finish Turtle Rock, there is one thing I have to do before I take on the Windfish. Or actually two. I've got to go to the library for one. And that was one thing I feel like is missing from a lot of the newer Zelda games. In the old ones, you had to go and find the information. You couldn't luck across it. There was no real hint system in place. There were clues sprinkled around the world, and that was all you got. No, I don't need to warp. I needed to change my item. Damn it. It is nice to know he can keep himself afloat for a second with that. Come on. And this should be it. Yeah, that's the equipment I want to take into it. The last one. This is the last nightmare before the end. Never let you play the instruments of the sirens. And we get this little guy. And I don't remember what I'm supposed to do to him. Alright, I'm trying to think if I have anything. Wait. Nope, that doesn't work. I don't think that's it. One second, guys. Okay. Nope. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, hey, that does work. You just have to hit him right. Nope. Okay, I knew it felt like it should be the magic rod, it just wasn't working. There we go. Nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. You two are in the dream. God, I could not remember what to do to him. And there's the last heart container. At least that I'm going to pick up right now. And the final instrument. Oh, man. Egg is our only clue. Oh, no, never mind. Egg on the mountain. Yeah, well, I got one thing, like I said, to do. That was a dumb idea. And we're going to drop down to here. And we're going to go to the beach. And I put this off for a good while. 1 second. I put this off for a good while because I wanted to make sure I did, you know, pretty much everything. And I'm not going to say I 100%ed this game. But I did get enough of this. Oh, thank you for everything, Link. You're the kindest boy I know. One day I made a wish to the windfish. Was the wish? It was... No, it's a secret. Well, thank you very much for that. Now, I wanted to make sure I did as many of the side quests and things like that as I could. And what I'm about to do is going to get rid of one of my items. Yes, I want to read it. Round and around the passageways of the egg. Let me write that down real quick, because I will forget it otherwise, and I need that in a minute. So it's going to be right, up, left, left, up, left, left, and up. Alright, and bear with me for a moment. I'm going to screenshot this for my own... There we go. Like, I want to keep it on the piece of paper because I don't want it to go into my screenshots, but I wanted to screenshot that for a very specific reason. And I think I talked about it back during the first episode of this. I did. Link's Awakening is a Zelda game very special to me because it's the first one I ever beat. Now, it's not the first Zelda game I ever played. And I didn't even own it. I was a little kid, and we had a Super Nintendo. My uncle had a Game Boy. Game Boy Color, actually, and he had Link's Awakening DX. And, okay, if you want to trade it, press X or Y. If you don't, press B. Let's do it. And I want this thing going into that last fight, because this is the most overpowered weapon in this game. But no, my uncle had Game Boy Color and Link's Awakening DX. And I can remember finding little notes next to his Game Boy just about every time I played it. And that was one I specifically remember because I didn't understand what it meant. That one and the directions for the graves for the DX dungeon. And he kept them written down on little pieces of paper, and he kept it next to the Game Boy for when he played. But that's the reason I wanted to take the screenshot of the... I wanted the screenshot of that book. It's just for, you know, something for me later. Thinking about that, it reminds me, you know, we don't play games the same way a lot of times anymore as what we used to. You know, back then it wasn't uncommon for somebody to keep a notebook full of all their little tips and instructions, things they picked up while they played a game. Oh. Well, I don't have a shovel anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, back then it wasn't uncommon for us to keep, you know, little bits and pieces of it as we played through a game. Written down somewhere. Usually somewhere not too hard to find, because we were going to lose them. Dang, I still can't hurt these things. Yeah, like the way he kept that versus, you know, the way I did it just now, where I just pressed a button and I had a screenshot of the book. You know, that's a change I've watched happen in gaming that if you had told me that would be a possibility back then, I'd have laughed at you. And it's something I think a lot of... Okay, I can't pick those up. It's something I think a lot of the older gamers, we don't really give credit to how much this hobby and this pastime and this thing has changed since we started doing it. I still love this song, and for 20 years now, I will catch that playing in my head for no reason at all. And this right here, but that might have something to do with how many times I listened to it as a child. The time has come. The windfish awaits. Enter the egg. That's not ominous at all, my friend. Alright, so we go forward. You drop down there, and then it's... Okay. Here. We go right. Up. Left twice. Up. Left twice. And up. And here we are. This is it, the final boss. If you had told me 20 years ago I would still be playing this game, I would not have believed it. But it looks so much better here. We were born of nightmares. To take over this world, we made the windfish sleep endlessly. If the windfish doesn't wake up, this island will never disappear. We would have been the masters of this place. But you had to come here and disrupt our plans. You can never defeat us. Let's rumble. I forgot that line. Let's go. And all of the bosses for the dungeons have been called nightmares to this point. But this is the nightmare. Magic powder. Come on then. Go hide again. Oh, you. Yeah, no, I've known how to beat you since I was a little kid. This is their rendition of Aghanim, and it was their favorite, one of their favorite bosses for a little while. For good reason, he's different. Ah, dang, and I keep forgetting I gotta dodge those. You gonna lightning me this time? Okay, point taken. Dang it. I needed that. Come on, guy. And a Moldorm. Because everybody's got to have a Moldorm. That one gets fast, though. What do you got? What's next? I don't remember. Oh. You are a pain. Wait. Nope, that didn't work. Trying to remember how I beat this guy. Let's try this one just in case. Nope. Okay, so he has to be spin attacked. Okay, that's not working out in my favor. Oh, god dang. I still think the bow should work on you. It did in the other game. Alright. And you fly, and you fly, and you fly. You. And there goes. How did he still hit me? And I think I should be down to just one. Oh, nope. Okay. I'll take it. This guy was a lot more difficult in the old days. But the boomerang used to be a lot more effective too. Like, there's no way I would have been able to go this long. Not quite. There he goes. The island is going to disappear. Our world is going to disappear. Our world. That is unfortunate. And see, one thing I never really understood about this game is it's all a dream, apparently. You've beaten all the nightmares, climbed the stairs before you. So apparently this game is everything is a dream. But I never really understood, is it Link's? Is it the Windfish's dream? Who's dreaming and how many of these people we've met are real? That kind of thing. Young lad, Link, the hero, you have defeated the nightmares. You have proven your wisdom, courage, and power. As part of the Windfish's spirit, I am the guardian of his dream world. But one day, the nightmares entered the dream and began wreaking havoc. Then you, Link, came to rescue the island. I have always trusted in your courage. I knew that you could turn back the nightmares. Thank you, Link. My work is done. The Windfish will wake soon. Goodbye. I am the Windfish, yelled as loud as he possibly could. Long has been my slumber. In my dreams, an egg appeared. It was surrounded by an island with people, animals, an entire world. But, verily, it be the nature of dreams to end. When I dust awaken, Koholint will be gone. Only the memory of this dreamland will exist in the waking world. Someday, thou may recall this island. That memory makes the dream world real. Come, Link, let us awaken together. Play the 8 instruments. Play the Song of Awakening. I guess it makes sense he wouldn't be in the water. That, I believe, is the ending. I'm going to keep it rolling just in case there's something after the credits, but I don't think there is. To anybody who's watched this, watched the entire series, thank you guys. Like I tried to say at the beginning, and I touched on it a little bit toward the end of this one. This is a game that meant a lot to me. And it meant a lot to me that Nintendo would take the time to go back and look at the older games in the franchise and pick one to remake it and not change it when they remade it. The graphics are different, the system is different, but this is probably the most faithful remake of a game I've ever seen. The only, they changed the Photoshop into a dungeon editor, and you got a little bit better quality sound and a few other, like quality of life improvements, but overall, quality of life like the fairy bottles or the seashell finder. But overall, like not taking if I never took the photo side quest into account, this is the same game that I sat down with when I was 10 years old and watched and played. And played and played and played until I finally beat it. This is a remake of the first Zelda game I ever completed on my own. And it's a game I never realized how badly I wanted it even once it was announced, until I got my hands on it, until I started playing it, and you start feeling those things that, those same feelings you did when you were a little kid, when you were picking up Zelda on the Game Boy for the first time, when it was amazing that you could actually pick this game up and take it with you. Nintendo and Grezzo are the authors for purposes of copyright. 1993 to 2019. Now, there are a lot of things about this game that I know some people would probably like to see changed. Yes, I want to save since I cleared it. And there are probably a lot of improvements that could be made to a game that was initially released in 1993. But they didn't. They chose instead to give us a very faithful remaster. Something with a little tighter controls. A few of the old exploits gone over. Which this game was actually kind of weird, and it didn't have a lot of exploits. It had some out of bounds glitches, but there was initially a secret ending to the game. That if you could clear the entire thing with 0 deaths, you got a special scene at the end. And I'm going to look into it, see if that made it into this cut or not. If it did, I probably won't be streaming an entire second playthrough of it, because you guys will have already seen most of it. So I'll play through it on my own if I can do it, which I only died 3 times in this one. So it should be possible for me. But if I can get back to the end of the game with 0 deaths, I will definitely stream that final boss fight with the secret ending, if there is one. As it stands right now, here in a few minutes I'm going to cut the stream, and I'll be back tomorrow night with Greedfall. I've still got quite a ways to go in that game, I think. And if you were here a couple of days ago for the long stream I did, you'll know I have Code Vein now. And I realize that just about everybody has Code Vein, but I got it. I like it. I plan to stream it. And that'll be taking the time slot that Link's Awakening has had. So once again, guys, if you made it all the way through, thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody that watches. And I'd love to see you guys in another stream. Come by, say hi, just take a look at what we're doing. If you haven't played Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch and you have a Nintendo Switch, I highly suggest it. It was absolutely an amazing experience. It is a good game in its own right, and if you're one of those like me that played it when you were a little kid on a Game Boy, and you're not sure if you want to get it, go for it. It is a trip down memory lane with all the conveniences of modern gaming. And again, I may not stream it anymore, but this will not be the last time I play through this game. I know that much. Again, I hope to see everybody next time. And as always, guys, have a wonderful night.